Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Untap Your Go, and today, unfortunately, I do not have time to play a game, but I do want to break down this deck for you real fast, as well as make an announcement. I have made a Discord for our community to all get together, talk about decks, share deck ideas, and for our viewers to be able to submit deck ideas and suggestions for me to play on camera, as well as just for everybody to kind of hang out and just kind of get to know each other and just have fun with it. So I'm going to break down this deck. This is Rule 782. For those that are familiar with Scute Swarm and Scute Mob, you'll get the reference. And this is Hyper Scutes for Historic. So it's all about lands. It's all about playing as many lands as possible. We're trying to get to that 6th land as fast as possible, stick our Scute Swarm, and just start going crazy with the tokens. So real quick, I'm just going to go over the Discord. I will leave the invite link down in the description, so please check that out when you are done with today's video, as well as leave a like, a comment, subscribe and the bell, all that good stuff, and say hello to me in the Discord. I would love to hear your opinions on the channel. I would love to hear your opinions on the deck selections, and I just want to get to know you guys, so, and girls, obviously. I want to get to know everybody. I want everybody to get to know me a little bit, and I want us to all kind of be more, you know, just more of a community. I don't want to just, like, unfortunately I can't stream very well because my upload speeds are very bad, and I don't have enough subscribers to where I can have a community page on my YouTube. So it is nice to be able to have this community opportunity for me and the viewers to be able to get together and just, you know, really try to establish what it is that you want as the viewer, what I want as the creator, and see if we can kind of collab and make the dream come true for both of us. So without further ado, I'm going to break down the deck, and then I will leave the link for the deck list down below to my Ether Hub, as well as, again, the link to the Discord. Please check that out. Share it amongst your friends and everybody that you know that watches the channel, or anybody that you know that likes Magic and just wants to come in and just kind of shoot the shit with me and everybody else involved. So to break down the deck really quick, obviously this card, Scute Swarm, this is what the deck is all about. We're trying to get the 6th land into play and then just go crazy with creating the tokens, go as wide as possible, and attack our opponent for lethal. And then to help us get there, we have plenty of ramp and plenty of ways to play additional lands. So we have Arboreal Grazer at the bottom end, 2 copies, to be able to put a land into play when it enters the battlefield. This will just help us get to playing Scute Swarm a little bit sooner. We can play it as early as turn 2 with the help of this, and 4 copies of Llanowar Elves. I'm choosing Llanowar Elves over Gilded Goose, even though Goose produces the food, and that's really good, and the fact that it's a flyer, blah, 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 blah. It synergizes a little bit better with the Migratory Greathorn and all, but it's not as reliable on the mana production, and that's really what we need, and since we are in mono green, Llanowar Elves is obviously the pick. Then we have 4 copies of Explorer. This is going to let us draw a card, play additional land, so obviously you're going to see a lot of redundancy in the deck. We just want to play as many lands as possible. That's all we're trying to do. Tangled Florahedron acts as both a mana dork if we need it to, if we already have plenty of lands, and it also acts as a tapped forest if we need to play a land drop. We have 1 copy of Azusa. I started out with all 4 copies, went down to 3, went down to 2, and it's just 1 is fine. You don't really need the whole thing, because we are playing all 4 copies of Oracle of Mul Daya, and this is just, in my opinion anyway, it's the better card for this deck especially. We're playing 2 copies of Bala Ged Recovery. It acts as a forest, tapped, and it can also buy back any permanent, or any card from our graveyard, rather. So if our opponent deals with our Scute Swarm, or if we just want to grab a Fabled Passage to kind of go off a little bit more, buy back our Ancient Greenwarden, or whatever we need to get back, we can grab with Bala Ged Recovery. We're playing 2 copies of Cultivate. This grabs us 2 basics, 1 to hand and 1 into play, so it's obviously going to help bridge the gap between turn 3 and turn 5. It's going to help us get those lands into play and make sure that we consistently hit our land drops if we're not drawing into them naturally. Playing 3 copies of Dryad of the Ilysian Grove. This is going to allow us to play additional lands as well. Only 1 extra additional land versus Azusa, but it's a much better body being a 2/4 and a Chromatic Lanterns your lands, which is irrelevant in this deck, but generally speaking, this is probably the better card. Playing all 4 copies of Kazandu Mammoth because it is a creature and a land, so as the versatility that we want, we can play it off the top as a land, and we can, you know, it's just nice to have it as a nice aggressive creature that we can get in for some damage with. Playing all 4 copies of Migratory Greathorn. This is the only mutate creature in the entire deck, and I understand that mutating onto your Scute Swarm and how strong that synergy is. But being mono green, we're kind of limiting our resources to what we can actually play in the deck. So I didn't want to play all 4 copies of Auspicious Starix because our mutate isn't our full focus, so we're not going to get, like, you know, we're not going to reveal 3-4 permanents at a time with our Auspicious Starix, so it's not really worth it. But the Migratory Greathorn is fantastic because mutating it on a Scute Swarm, also grabbing a land with the ability to be able to create just an infinite army of 3/4s, very solid, very solid. All 4 copies of Oracle of Mul Daya. This is going to allow us to play additional lands on our turns, play lands off the top of our library, and we play with the top of our library revealed. So unfortunately, if your opponent is smart, they can keep track of exactly what's in your hand. Arena makes it very easy for them by keeping the cards permanently revealed, but we don't really care because all we're trying to do is play lands, play lands, play lands, find Scute Swarm, play lands, and that's it. That's it. That's all we're trying to do. So who cares if our opponent knows what we're doing? They already know what we're doing. They'll see it very plain and simple, very clear. 2 copies of Ancient Greenwarden because this is going to double up on all of our landfall triggers, as well as just being a really solid 5/7 with reach to be able to block a lot of things, trades very well with a lot of stuff, and it allows us to play lands from our graveyard, so we don't have to play Crucible Worlds on the deck or run up Excavator. We can just play this because it's just a nice little, it's a nice bomb to round out the deck with, and to be able to duplicate all of the triggers for our Scute Swarms. That's going to get out of control very quickly, as you can probably imagine. We might even crash the server. We're playing 4 copies of Turntimber Symbiosis. Because we are in mono green, we can get away with playing all 4 copies of this. We trim down on some lands to compensate, and it allows us to reveal the top, to play any creature from the top. If we hit a Scute Swarm and it comes in with counters, that's really good for us because it comes in at all the tokens, I think, come in as copies of the Scute Swarm with the counters. I'm not quite sure how that interaction actually works. Regardless, it's still strong. And then in the mana base, we're just playing 2 Castle Garenbrigs, 12 Forests, and all 4 Fabled Passages to be able to abuse the fetch land effect and to be able to get 2 land drops a turn with Scute Swarm, and then quadruple that, or 4 total if you have Ancient Greenwarden in play. And that is the deck. The sideboard, I will leave that for the players who play best of 3. I love best of 3 in traditional like Magic, paper Magic. I do not play best of 3 very much on Arena. I do seldomly do it, but I want to make sideboards for those who do want to play best of 3 because I understand that a lot of players do enjoy that format. Just because I play best of 1 doesn't mean that you play best of 1. So this sideboard is just kind of loosely based off of my opinion. It being limited to just mono green and being limited to what is in my collection. If your sideboard utility cards are better than mine, play them obviously. But this is a pretty nice rounded out sideboard that kind of gives you a nice angle against multiple archetypes in the format. And that's the deck. So I hope you enjoyed. I will leave the link down below for the description. Unfortunately, no gameplay today because I had a very late day at work and I have to be in extra early tomorrow. So unfortunately, I don't have the energy today, but I will get back on the grind. As soon as tomorrow hits, I'm coming right back to this computer right after work and I'm putting out some content. So in the meantime, please check down the link in the description to the Discord, join the community, become one of the untappers, and let's grow this channel, let's grow this community, and just play all the cards that we want to play, talk about all the cards that we want to talk about anything Magic related. And this is open discussion for everybody. I have multiple channels to the server. So we have a standard discussion page that's exclusive to standard, one for historic exclusive to that format, and one for brawl exclusive to brawl. So there's a community for a little bit of everybody to kind of chime in and be able to talk to each other and everything, interact. And then we have a general page where we're just kind of all going to talk and just, you know, kind of get to know each other. And that's where I'll be able to make my announcements and stuff, and I can keep you guys more up in the loop of what's going on in my life and what's going on with the channel, as well as everything and anything in between. So please come join the community. I would love to see you. Come send me a wave, and I would gladly love to reach out to you guys back and get to know you all a little bit better. And that's it for today, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a supporter so far. We're so close to 100. We're so close. 13 away. It's crazy. It's been 3 months, and I went from 0 to almost 100 in 3 months. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so happy that you are all here supporting me so far, and thank you so much for all of the support you've given me so far, and I look forward to your continued support to the channel, and I hope that I can continue to provide to you all of the content that you know and love. And that's it for today, everybody. I'll see you next time.